Let me tell you a story.
In a faraway city, there lived a boy named Vic who wanted to be part of a group of bullies. He was mean to others because he wanted to be accepted by the bullies. When the bullies accepted him, he felt safe because they would not bully him anymore. Vic helped the bullies be mean to the other kids. But soon, he realized that being mean was kind of boring. Other children were going to parties and having fun, but nobody invited Vic or the bullies. One day, Vic saw a girl who dropped her notebooks, and he helped her pick them up. With a big smile on her face, she thanked him, and it made Vic very happy. The bullies saw what Vic had done, and they made fun of him. Vic did not know what to do. He felt very good about helping the girl who had thanked him with a smile. But he did not like being teased for it. Being a bully is boring, and nobody wants to be friends with bullies. Bullies do not know how to have fun like other children who laugh, run, sing, and play. Will Vic stay with the bullies? Soon, the other children stopped inviting Vic to their houses to play. Vic remembered how much fun he used to have, and he missed his friends. Eventually, Vic had no friends to play with or study with, except the bullies. Vic's grades dropped because he no longer studied, and he skipped classes to be with his new friends. Vic started to have problems at school and at home. His parents were worried and asked him to tell them what was happening at school. Vic started thinking about not being a bully anymore. But he remembered how the bullies treated him when he was not one of them. Vic felt very sad. Then, Vic remembered the pearls box that only superheroes can hear. He opened the box, and 6 pearls were talking and talking, but he could not understand them. Vic closed the box and went to see his friends, Pepin and Sherlock. Vic's friends listened to him, but they could not understand anything he said because he talked too quickly. Pepin and Sherlock were very busy studying the history of chemistry. Since the beginning of time, people have used chemical reactions without realizing that chemical transformations were occurring. When a fire is lit, an important oxidation reaction happens. This discovery was very important because fire was crucial for the development of many cultures. Vic interrupted his friends because he needed help solving his problem as soon as possible. Pepin and Sherlock decided to call Super Didi, who knows everything and who also fights for justice and freedom. Super Didi arrived and Vic once again explained his problems too quickly. Super Didi interrupted Vic and said,
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What is happening here?
Pepin and Sherlock expected her to solve Vic's problems with one of her famous discussions that she had with children. But instead, she took out the mysterious box that Vic had. Inside the box were the talking pearls. Super Didi told them to be quiet so that her friends could understand better. But the pearls did not stop talking, and no one could understand anything. Pepin put the box closer to his ear and listened carefully, but he still could not understand anything. Sherlock and Vic could not understand anything either, because only superheroes can understand the pearl's mysterious language. Super Didi put the pearls close to her ear, and they told her that Vic and his new friends, the bullies, should follow the pearl's advice. Do you want to go with Super Didi, Pepin, Sherlock, and Vic to hear what the pearls have to say?
Tell you a story.
Once upon a time, there was a child named Ozzy who was always getting into trouble. Everywhere Ozzy went, trouble followed. At school, at home with his foster parents and foster siblings, and with the neighborhood kids. Ozzy, for some unknown reason, always felt angry with everybody about everything. He felt that nobody liked him because he did not live with his parents. Ozzy felt very sad because he did not understand why he did not have parents like the other children. He had lived with foster parents instead of his own since he was very young. And this made him feel very angry. Ozzy often asked himself, what is so wrong with me that my parents did not want me? The only answer he could think of was that something was horribly wrong with him, which was why nobody wanted him. When he thought of this, he wanted to strike out at someone. As a result of Ozzy's behavior, he did not have any friends. The other children in the foster parents' house were always complaining about Ozzy, so he just kept to himself. Ozzy would only hang out with other troublemakers, who also did not have many friends. These other children seemed as angry as him. Sometimes, Ozzy would hit and tease other children who were smaller than him for no reason. One day, a pearl appeared, and she tried to tell Ozzy something. The pearl would talk and talk, But Ozzy could not understand what the pearl was trying to tell him. Ozzy started getting very angry because he could not understand the talking pearl. But the pearl did not leave him alone. The pearl seemed to want Ozzy to follow her, so he decided to do it. The pearl led him to one of the houses in his neighborhood. As he approached the house, he saw a woman near the front door of the house. Ozzy started feeling nervous because this was the house where he had destroyed some of the plants and had thrown trash in the front yard. He had heard that this old lady was a superhero, and everybody called her Gui. Gui was very happy to see Ozzy and gave him a big hug. He remembered that this woman waved to everybody, including him, when he was walking to school. She seemed so friendly to Ozzy that he believed she did not know it was he who had destroyed her plants and thrown trash in her yard. Gui sat down on her porch and invited Ozzy to sit next to her. Once he was sitting next to her, she asked him, "What can I do for you?" He looked at her and thought to himself, "What can this old woman do for me?" He also thought she was probably crazy. So he decided to laugh. Ozzy asked, "Can you bring my parents back?" "No," she said. Ozzy also asked, "Can you give me things, such as toys, a car, or money?" "No," she responded again. "Can you punish the people who have hurt me? They have called me names, made fun of me, and laughed at me?" "No," she responded again. "But I can help you learn how to control your anger." Ozzy wondered how Gui knew he was angry all the time. Gui told Ozzy that every time he felt angry, he could do many things to control this emotion. If you have control of yourself, you can send the anger away. When you feel angry with others, instead of fighting, you can leave. Then you can write down what makes you angry on a piece of paper. And when you finish, you can throw the paper away. You can also draw a tree with many leaves, and on every leaf you can draw a tear. When you finish the tree, you will have neither anger nor tears. And you will feel much better. You can also remember something funny that had once made you laugh, and use that memory to forget about your anger. Gui told Ozzy that he could take a nice box and keep it with him all the time. Every time that he felt angry, he could put the anger into the box. After a little while, the anger would be gone. She told Ozzy to consider that by hurting other people, he was also hurting himself. This happens because when we are mean to others, their response back to us will often be the same. Gui said that by being kind to people, they are more likely to be kind to us, and this would allow Ozzy to have friends and not be so angry. From that day on, Ozzy learned to control his anger, and he felt better. He soon made more friends. Things did not seem so bad all the time. And even though he did not have his parents, he found many other adults who thought he was a terrific kid.
Tell you a story.
Once upon a time, there was a child named Leiner who was always getting into trouble. Everywhere Leiner went, trouble followed. At school, at home with her mother, and with the neighborhood kids. Lena did not seem to feel bad when she did something wrong. She was always anxious about everything. During tests, when teachers explained things that Lena did not understand, or if her mom or other kids either tried to explain something or have a conversation with her, Lena would get upset. As a result, Lena's grades were very bad, and most children did not like her. Most of the time, Lena responded by hitting, pushing, or yelling, because she did not know how to control herself. Lena felt very sad because she did not understand why she did not have a father like other children. She lived with her mother, who was never home, so she hung out with other troublemakers. One day, a pearl appeared, and it seemed to be trying to tell Lena something. The pearl would talk and talk, but Lena could not understand what the pearl was trying to tell her. Lena started getting very anxious because she could not understand the talking pearl. But the pearl did not leave her alone. The pearl wanted Lena to follow her, so she did. The pearl led her to one of the houses in the neighborhood. As she approached the house, she saw a woman who was near the front door. Lena started feeling nervous because this was a house where she had destroyed some of the plants and had thrown trash in the front yard. She had heard that this old lady was a superhero, and everybody called her Gui. Gui was very happy to see Lena, and she gave Lena a big hug. Lena remembered that she waved to everybody, including her, when she walked to school. Gui seemed so friendly that Lena thought she could not possibly know that it was Lena who had destroyed her plants and thrown trash in her yard. Gui sat down on her porch and invited Lena to sit next to her. Once Lena was sitting next to her, she asked Lena, "What can I do for you?" Lena looked at the woman and thought, "What can this woman do for me?" She also thought that the lady was probably crazy, so she decided to laugh. Lena asked, "Can you bring my father back?" "No," she said. Lena also asked, "Can you give me things, such as toys, a car, or money?" "No," she responded again. "Can you punish the people who have hurt me? They have called me names, made fun of me, and have laughed at me." "No," she responded again, "but I can help you learn how to control your stress." Lena wondered how Gui could know that she felt anxious and stressed all of the time. To control her stress, Gui taught Lena a breathing exercise. Let all the air in your lungs out. Then take a deep breath through your nose while counting to 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7 before exhaling through your mouth for a count of 8. While you exhale, you can hear the sound of the air through your nose. Repeat this breathing exercise 4 times. If you remember to do this every time you are about to lose control, you will be able to control yourself much better. Gui told Lena that by controlling herself, she would have a better chance to learn many new interesting things at school. Lena's mother would have more time to have nice conversations with her if Lena would stop screaming and getting into trouble all the time. Lena could help her mother by doing chores. That way, her mother would have more time to be with Lena when she came home from work. They could read books together. If Lena spent more time studying and doing her homework, she would learn many things that are very important for her to succeed in school. Gui told Lena that her mom loves her, but that she needs to work in order to support Lena. Therefore, Lena could help her mother by having good grades and by not getting into trouble. By doing her homework and helping out around the house, Lena and her mother will have quality time to spend doing things together, like taking walks and other fun things. From that day on, Lena learned to control her stress, and she felt better. After a walk with her mother, Lena was amazed to discover that her stress had gone away and that it felt good to spend quality time with her mother. Her grades improved and she made great friends. Things did not seem so bad all the time, and even though she did not have her father with her, she found out how lucky she was to have her mother, who loved her so much.
Let me tell you a story.
Ozzy and Lena's friends noticed a difference in them. They seemed very calm and happier. The bullies were very curious about what had happened to them and started following them. They could not figure out what had changed. They started bullying them. But Lena and Ozzy did not give in. When they tried to bother them by calling them names to hurt them, they would have a big laugh too. The bullies tried to make Lena and Ozzy upset, but they refused to get hooked into their silly games. One day, some pearls appeared in front of these kids, and the pearls wanted to be followed. The kids followed the pearls, which took them to a house in the neighborhood where an old lady was standing out front. They recognized her immediately because they had been mean to her many times, ringing the bell of her house for no reason, throwing trash, and painting her walls. Gui was very kind and invited them to sit on the porch. She asked them, "What can I do for you?" They remember what people said about her being a superhero and started laughing, thinking that she was just a crazy woman. Gui told them, "Let me tell you a story about some children who thought they did not have anybody who cared about them. Because these children believed that, they were angry all the time. They responded to their anger by being mean to others, and they did not care much about anything. They made fun of others who were less fortunate than them, and when somebody needed their help, they ignored them. Their favorite words were I, me, and mine." Adults and children had hurt those children, and the children felt that nobody cared about them. One day, some talking pearls appeared. The pearls talked and talked, but the children could not understand what they were saying, because only superheroes can understand the pearls. The pearls went into a tunnel, and they followed them. each one of them knew what to do. They changed themselves and started caring about others. These children would help others, and others would help them too. When they remembered their old preferred words, I, me, and mine, they realized those words were selfish. They found that they needed help because they needed to understand why they were so angry all the time. These children started looking for people to help them. Sometimes that was not easy. They tried to listen to the pearls carefully because they were little and did not know how to explain what was happening to them. They kept looking, however, and soon found people who wanted to help them. Vic was very surprised to see what was happening. He realized that he did not want to be one of the bullies, but he did not want to be one of their victims either. He had been disrespectful to others, and many times he had felt very good about doing bad things to others, even though he knew it was wrong. Vic concluded that he did not want to be angry all the time like the bullies. And he did not want to have problems with everybody, including his parents. Suddenly, Vic knew what to do. He hugged everybody and left very happy. As he had solved his dilemma, Vic discovered how important it is for children to respect others and themselves. He decided that bullying was not for him. He knew that the bullies could go back and pick on him, but he was not going to engage in this routine like he had done in the past. He also knew that the bullies were in need of help. So, he planned to ask them to look for help. Everybody has a chance to decide what to do, including asking for help. Ozzy and Lena learned how to control their anger and stress. The other children saw the importance of respecting others and themselves. They also knew that if they needed help, they could look for adults to help them. Vic decided that he did not want to be a bully anymore, and he never let other bullies lure him into those silly games. All these children were able to find their inner superhero and understand the pearl's wisdom in order to contribute to making a happier world.